Welcome to this Blazor Smart Rich Text Editor tutorial. The Smart Rich Text Editor combines rich text editing with built-in AI-powered content assistance, helping you create, refine, and improve content directly in the editor. In this video, I will show you how to get started with the Syncfusion Blazor Smart Rich Text Editor. You will learn to create a Blazor web app, install the Smart Rich Text Editor and theme packages, register the Syncfusion Blazor service, configure an AI service, integrate the Smart Rich Text Editor. You can create a Blazor web app using either Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code. I will be using Visual Studio 2022. Make sure you have the .NET SDK installed and the necessary credentials for your Azure OpenAI account. Now, let me show you how to create a Blazor web app in Visual Studio. I open Visual Studio and select Create a New Project from the dashboard. From the list of templates, I choose Blazor Web App and click Next to continue. I enter the project name and click Next. Keep the remaining settings at their default values and click Create to generate the application. Next, to install the Smart Rich Text Editor package, I open the NuGet Package Manager and go to the Browse tab. I search for Syncfusion Blazor Smart Rich Text Editor. Click Install and apply the changes to add the package to the solution. Then, I search for Syncfusion Blazor themes and install them as well. I open the Imports Razor file in the Components folder and import the Syncfusion.blazor and Syncfusion.blazor.smartrichtexteditor namespaces. Next, I open the program CS file. First, I import the required Syncfusion namespaces. Then, I register the Syncfusion Blazor service using Add Syncfusion Blazor. This is required to render Syncfusion components in the application. Next, I configure the AI service as required by the Smart Rich Text Editor. For this example, I will use Azure OpenAI. I open the NuGet Package Manager, search for Azure AI OpenAI, and install it. This package provides the client libraries required to connect the Blazor application to Azure OpenAI services. Next, I install Microsoft Extensions AI OpenAI. This package provides Azure OpenAI integration through the standardized iChat client interface. I install Microsoft Extensions AI, which provides a standardized approach for integrating AI services into .NET applications. Then, I open the program CS file and add the required namespace references for the Syncfusion AI service and Azure OpenAI integration. Next, I configure the Azure OpenAI settings by providing the API key, endpoint, and model deployment name. These values are obtained from the Azure OpenAI service after deploying the model. I create an Azure OpenAI client instance using the endpoint and API key. This client is used to communicate with the Azure OpenAI service using the configured credentials. Then, I create an iChat client instance and associate it with the deployed model. The iChat client provides a standardized interface for sending requests to the AI model. Next, I register the iChat client in the dependency injection container. This allows the chat client to be reused throughout the application. Finally, I register Syncfusion AI service as the implementation of iChat inference service. This enables the Smart Rich Text Editor to interact with Azure OpenAI and provide AI-powered content assistance. To avoid license validation messages, I register the Syncfusion license key using the register license method. To learn how to generate a license key, please refer to the link in the description below. Next, I open the app.razor file. In the head section, I add the Syncfusion theme reference. Then, I add the required script reference for Syncfusion components. Now, to add the Smart Rich Text Editor to the application, I open the home.razor page and remove the default template content. I set the render mode to interactive server, import the Syncfusion Blazor Smart Rich Text Editor namespace, add the SF Smart Rich Text Editor component, and provide sample content for the editor. When I run the application, the Smart Rich Text Editor is rendered successfully and loaded with the sample content. Now, let me show you some of the AI-powered features in the Smart Rich Text Editor. The AI tools are available directly from the toolbar, and you can also press Alt plus Enter, or use the Ask AI button to open the AI assistant. To begin with, I select a portion of the text and choose Improve Content. This option rewrites the selected content, and as shown here, the text has been improved for clarity and readability. Similarly, I can shorten, elaborate, summarize, check grammar and spelling, change tone, change style, or translate the selected content with just a few clicks. All these features are available directly in the editor, helping you create, refine, and improve content more efficiently. To learn more about the features of the Syncfusion Blazor Smart Rich Text Editor, refer to the documentation link in the description below. In this video, I showed you how to get started with the Syncfusion Blazor Smart Rich Text Editor, from creating a Blazor web app, and configuring Azure OpenAI to integrating the editor and exploring its AI-powered content assistance features. You can download the working example from the GitHub link provided in the description below. I have also shared a link to learn how to obtain a free license key for Syncfusion components if you are eligible for our community license. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.